Hello and welcome to Mathssteps. Today I'm going to teach you how to illustrate more than one inequality graphically. Or, in other words, we are going to find the region that satisfies all inequalities on a graph. Here we have two inequalities, x bigger and equal than -1 and x plus y smaller than 2. So for the first one, it's going to be a solid line like this one because it says bigger and equal than -1. Now remember, so the area that satisfies the inequality x bigger and equal than -1 is going to be this area here, so the area on the right-hand side. And how you identify the area again? So you pick a point on the right-hand side or either side, pick a point and find out whether that point satisfies the inequality. For example, if you pick this point here, 0, 1, and then we're going to have 1 bigger and smaller than -1, and it is actually 1 bigger than -1, so it is true. So, and that means the area on the right-hand side of the graph, it is the wanted area. So why don't we write wanted and shade the other area? So just like that, shade this area. This is the unwanted area, and this is what we need to shade. Right, so it is going to look like that, all right? This is the wanted. Let me write it again. Okay, now the next inequality, x plus y smaller than 2. We need to draw the graph of this inequality. Now remember the general formula or the standard formula of the straight line graphs is y equals mx plus c. Now we have here both x and y on the left hand side, so we need only y on the left hand side. And so this one becomes y smaller than minus x, you see, plus 2. So in this case, c is going to be 2 and m is going to be -1, because m is right in front of the x. And so I like to represent the gradient as a fraction. It could be -1/1, or it could be 1/-1, because I'd like to see a run and a rise, because we know the gradient is the change of y over change of x's, right? So let's plot the c is the y-intercept, so it's going to be this point here, and the gradient says 1 to the right and 1 down, so the next point is going to be this one. And now what you need to do, we join the point with the line. And remember, because it says smaller than 2 or smaller than -x plus 2, the line is not going to be a solid line, but it's going to be a dotted line, just like this. And so now let's find the wanted area of this inequality. So y smaller than -x plus 2. Again, we can use exactly the same point on the line. This one here, 0, 1. And let's do a little investigation and see if this point here satisfies the inequality. So let's substitute. So 0 smaller than -1 plus 2. 0 smaller than -1 plus 2 is 1. So, of course, 0 is smaller than 1. That means this area, all this area, let's say below the dotted line, is going to be the wanted. We can still write wanted, wanted area. Wanted area for this equation is this part as well. But actually, we're going to need the area or the region that satisfies both inequalities. So this one is going to be unwanted, and that is the one that you are going to shade, the unwanted. Now, can you see? The area or the region, the wanted region, is the blank region in the middle, is the ones that satisfies both inequalities. And this is the solution of this question. Now, here we have 3 inequalities to illustrate graphically. X bigger than -1, y smaller and bigger than 3, and y bigger than 2x minus 3. Let's have a look. Let's start with the first one. X bigger than -1, bigger than -1, so it's going to be a dotted line. Dotted line on -1, a line, it's a dotted line, just like that. Now, bigger than -1. So the wanted area is going to be the area on the right-hand side. All this is the wanted. So the unwanted is this one, the left. So this is wanted, wanted. And then unwanted is the left, so we shade the left-hand side, just like that. Next one will be y smaller and equal than 3. So 3, plot 3, smaller and equal, so it's going to be a solid line. It's this one here. Now, smaller and equal to 3, so all the points below the line, as you see, all these, if you take this point here, the y is smaller than 3. If you take this point on this region, y is smaller than 3. A point on the line is equal than 3. So all this region below the line, it is going to be the wanted area. So let's write wanted, wanted for this equation only. And so we are going to shade that area above the line. Okay, that is the unwanted region. The next one is going to be y bigger than 2x minus 3. Now, to plot the graph, we need to start with finding the c and the gradient. We know, again, the general formula, it is mx plus c. So in this case, c equals -3 and m equals 2, or m equals 2 over 1. Plot -3, and then 1 unit to the right and 2 units up. So this is where I stop. We join both these dots with a line, but now what line is it going to be? Is it going to be a dotted line or a solid line? It is going to be a dotted line because, can you see, the inequality says bigger, it's not bigger and equal. So definitely a dotted line. Now it's time to find the wanted area. You might guess the wanted area is going to be on the left, so it's or let's say above, all right? So it's bigger than 2x minus 3. Again, you can investigate, do a little investigation. Take the same point, 0, 1, and see if 0, 1 satisfies this inequality. So let's try. 0, 1, so y is 0, 0 bigger than 2 times 1 is 2 minus 3, 0 bigger than -1. And this is absolutely true. So this region above the dotted line is going to be the wanted for this inequality. And so what do? We shade the other part. Now, can you see where all the wanted shades overlap? So this one here, the triangle, the blank triangle in the middle, it is the region that satisfies all 3 inequalities. And this is why it's important to not shade the wanted area, shade the unwanted area. It makes the work so much clearer and neat. Now, here's something for you to do, independent work. Find the region that satisfies 3 inequalities below: y bigger and equal than -x, y smaller than 2, y bigger and equal than x minus 2. Be careful if it says bigger and equal, the solid line. If it just says bigger or smaller, then you're going to need to do a dotted line. And be careful, you only shade the unwanted area. To remember, once you identify the wanted area or the wanted region, just write wanted so you don't forget to shade the unwanted area. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for supporting Mathssteps. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.